Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and this is the daily scan for Monday, March 4th, 2013. But, of course, you can see by the date and time up here that it's actually Sunday. But I'm not sure if I'm going to have time tomorrow to make a video or not, because I'm going in at 6 o'clock in the morning for just a annual blood draw, just to make sure that I'm still alive and okay, which I'm pretty sure I am. And I would like to welcome myself back to Columbus, Ohio, back home, back to the frigid north. Man, it's cold. I just can't get my feet to warm up. But at the moment, they're not too bad because I've been busy running around the house making sure everything is back to normal and ready for the weekday. All right, we had an interesting expiration and some things that happened while I was on the road Thursday and Friday. First, let's take a look at where we are right now. This is the Amazon bear call, and take a look at the Analyze tab at the risk profile, and I'm not sure. We got another couple weeks on this yet, so I'm not worried about it at this time. This was a 50-50 trade, a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio trade that I put on at the time. So I'm not real concerned about it. You win some, you lose some. Hopefully you win more of these than you lose, and you'll end up profitable, as I did last week, which we'll cover in a minute. And the next one that we want to take a look at is Chipotle. Chipotle Mexican Group, which is up $55. Take a look at that on the Analyze tab. Oops, I have to click on it over here to get it to come up right? Okay. And this is a bull put credit spread, and looking at this, we did this one with a delta of around, well, I think it was a delta around 30 or so when I opened this. Back over here, and this also is a March expiration, and everything is moving according to plan. You can see that we got our little hook here on this day, but we didn't break this high, so then we went down a little bit more in the stochastic here, and then we got another hook up on the 22nd, and then when it broke this high the next day, that's when we entered. And if we look over here on the intraday chart, which it's not going to give it to me because I have just a limited amount of days here, but this was on the 25th. This is the 25th when we entered, and this would have been like the first bar of the morning, and I did enter based on what that particular bar was indicating, but I also pulled a little bit of extra money out of it by putting a limit order in and asking for, like another 10 or 20 cents. I think I covered this on a previous video also. All right, now Google, we are not in Google, and the reason why is because it expired on Friday, and it expired out of the money. So the short strike was at 805, and it closed at 805.90. Or no, it actually, well, I don't know exactly what it closed at. Probably 805.79 or something like that. So that was, and we'll take a look at this on the monitor tab at the account statement, and that was in this account, so you have to pull up individual accounts here. And let's go back. change this to 7 days, and we can see that this was a 1-to-1 risk reward. The spread is 5. The credit was $2.40, so that's almost a perfect 1-to-1 risk reward. And it expired above this 805 short put that we had, so we did good on that one. That was a profitable trade. Next in line here is MasterCard. Take a look at the Analyze tab on that. That's in a different account, so I'm going to switch accounts here. And this is the one that we had the double calendar on, and you know that from previous videos that this red line here for a while when we had a market pullback and we had a little bit of extra IV coming in to the market, that this red line moved up a little bit, and we were up maybe like about $80 or something like that. And now IV is coming out of the market, so now it's pulled back a little bit. So we're just hoping that over the course of the next couple of weeks, and when is expiration exactly? Expiration is the 15th, so we have 2 weeks. Today's the 3rd, so we have 2 weeks until the 15th, and we'll hope that we get a market pullback and we get MasterCard to pull back a little bit here so we can pull some money out of this. But so far, it looks like as though at the moment anyway, from the calculations here on the risk profile from the red line, looking at it down here in this box, this is not going to be a losing trade unless we actually buy or sell some of these shorts or longs here and mess around with this. It's going to be flat, effectively. You know, it's not going to really make a lot of money if it sticks around here, but if it moves either way, we could make some money on that. All right, Priceline, we also, let's just make sure here. Okay, Priceline, we also had that one expire out of the money also. This was a weekly expiration. And pretty much the same thing happened here on Friday. Made a nice move up, stayed above this short at 690. So that was a 100% profit taken off of that one. And we'll take a look at this one in the account statement also. And this one was exactly a perfect 1-to-1 risk reward. We collected $250 and we had $5 at risk. So that one worked out just fine as well. And then PNRA, I talked about that last week. I wanted to do, just take a look at the chart here. I wanted to do a Iron Condor on it. And Wednesday when I entered the order, and I did open the bear call side of it up here at, let me just bring this down here, up here at 170. What exactly is that short? This one was filled for 40 cents at 170, and I originally put the order in for a 25-cent credit on the bull put side, and I thought that, well, I want to get a little bit more out of that, and if the price of the underlying moves down during the day, then maybe I could pull 30 cents out of it. But it didn't, so it expired at the end of the day because it was just that day. That was the only time in force for that order, was a daily order. It expired. I didn't get in. Thursday and Friday I was on the road. I didn't do anything with it. So now, as I look at this, we're at $137 in profit on this. I'm probably not going to do the other side of this Iron Condor. Even though, here's my 30-cent one, I'll just take that off of there. Even though it's telling me right now I could still collect 20 cents in credit at the 150, but when I look at the chart, it looks like it might be on its way swinging down. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do the other side of this Iron Condor, and I'm probably going to, if the price underlying moves down a little bit more, Monday and Tuesday, I'm just going to get out of it and take my money and run and reconsider what kind of play I might want to do on it. Alright, so there's really not... How did MasterCard get in here? There's really not a lot of talking that I can do on what I think the market's going to open at, but I would like to take a look at ES, which is the E-mini S&P futures. Go back to auto scale here. And we're still looking at this 1530, 1500 level. Right around here there's seems to be a significant amount of resistance. And we have here, these aren't really dojis per se, but these are very interesting looking candles on the weekly chart that is telling me that there's a big battle going on. And at the end of the week, things end up pretty much the way they started on Monday morning. This is pretty much a doji over here, which is a reversal type of a candle. I don't see anything over here that's indicating not any inside days or outside days or any of that kind of stuff. So pretty much flat is the way that I'm thinking, and it probably will continue this week, even with the sequester going on and the possibility that maybe there might be some sort of deal coming out of this. I don't know. I really don't know. So I just stick to what I do know, and what I do know is that we are now going to go to the A+ list and see if there's any setups for Monday. Apple. Oh, Apple down to 429, a new low. A new low, at least for the length of time that's on this chart. And this chart goes back to, it's like a year. So for the last running 12 months, this is a new low for Apple, as shown with this bubble here, price bubble. Not a good thing. You guys aren't giving me an entry here. This could have been an entry, but I didn't take it. I'm waiting. It's just, you know what's going to happen as soon as I go short on Apple, it's going to go screaming up. It does that to me sometimes. It's a great stock. You can make a lot of money on it, but you have to be quick. All right. Amazon, we are in. Put all accounts up here. We're in Amazon. Baidu. I should be looking at positions that I'm in for secondary entries or things that I can add to my position. So here's a good sign for Baidu. This moving average is pretty flat, which is telling me that things, they're still trying to work themselves out. All I need is like a nice strong cycle like this to get something going so we can get some sort of reference point. So maybe in the next week or so, Baidu's going to tell us what we should do with it, long or short. CF, see if it recovered from its earnings. Yes, a lot of times they say, buy on these pullbacks if you think it's a good stock, and CF is a good stock. I would just have to say that I don't see an entry there at this time. Looking at the long-term chart, we get another cycle down and then come back up again. That's going to be a very strong indicator on CF. Chipotle, we're in right now, but let's take a look. We don't have we had a possible secondary entry here with this little hook down and then hook back up on a %K, but I didn't take that. Salesforce, well, they must have had good earnings. Wasn't able to watch this. What do we have here? Earnings, estimate of -3 cents and an actual of 51 cents. Now that is a surprise. I have to say. So Salesforce is looking pretty good right here. So what would you do with something like this? Well, I don't know. I really don't know. If you're using my methodology, which I'm using, I just wait and see what happens. I wait for a cycle down on the stochastic, maybe a little bit of pullback in momentum, and then wait for it to fire back up again. And that's when I get in. Alright, Google. We were in Google, and it was successful. We had a little weekly thing going on here, and that worked well. So we're just going to wait for the next one. MasterCard. We have the double calendar on MasterCard, and it's just incredible how it's just sitting here. It's just wiggling around this 520, 510 level. It's amazing. Netflix. Didn't get in. Here's the reason why I didn't get in, because on this day here, if I look over here on the intraday, I didn't like the price action. It just barely ticked above the previous day's high, which was here. So I didn't get in that day, and then Thursday and Friday was on the road. So hopefully a bunch of you guys got in on this one, because this was a good day to get in on Thursday. With you could have done a 1-to-1 risk reward on that, because it's got weeklies. And we'll just verify that and show you that yes, it does. And you could have done a 1-to-1 on this, and you would be doing pretty good. Priceline. Okay, now we are in an uptrend. We just had a successful trade on this. We'll get rid of this. And now we'll wait for the next one. The next cycle low on the stochastic. And PNRA. Yeah, this was a, where I was going to do the Iron Condor, and it looks like as though I don't have to do that, so I'm probably just going to forget about this trade right here. So I'll just take it off of my simulated trade. And then the one thing that I forgot to look at was SPY. That's where we have the insurance policy. And we're thinking that if the market moves down between now and April expiration, and that is, April is here, the 19th. So we have until the 19th to wait to see if the market pulls back and if we can make a chunk of money off of this particular insurance policy. Okay, well, I don't really think I have anything else. Let me just check my notes here to make sure. Okay, yeah. Everything is looking pretty good. And I covered everything that I had in my notes for today. So I'll go get some blood drawn tomorrow, and then it's back in the saddle in Ohio, watching the market, making some money. All right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and happy trading.